we do have Spirit, and in the top right we do have Serral there. As I said earlier, greatest of all goats, goatiest. You only need to grow a mustache, a goatee, to fulfill his prophecy. Spirit, the eternal challenger from Poland, has had a few peak times, but does not seem to have the peak currently. At least it doesn't feel like that. Now, he's one of those guys who does actually practice a bunch with Serral, and... Well, he used to practice a bunch with Serral, and he was actually doing quite fine in those practice games, apparently, so... Maybe he has a good shot. I'll have to wait and see, though. He still needs to deliver that, though, on the stage, right? So I'll have to kind of wait and see. This is what we wanted to see, a PVZ. Finally get that Protoss Madness off the map, off the game. How this game was supposed to be played, with two races, Zerg and Terran. Just like it did in the past 6 years of Legacy of the Void, it feels like, where Protoss was very much struggling to find a championship. Maybe 6 years is a little bit too much, but yeah. You know where I'm getting at. Even Sue won one against Stats. And by the way, that guy did retire. Sue. I don't know about Stats. I haven't seen him play anything, so he might be retired as well. Maybe he's gonna train again when something comes up, like a GSL or like an anything. World Cup, IEMs, whatever. You know. Maybe he'll play again. He doesn't really play these cups as much. I've seen him sometimes when he was actually preparing, when he was training and playing a lot. For you know, anything bigger tournaments, but then he kind of just like doesn't play anymore. I don't know, man. A lot of people just don't play the game when, or like actively participate in these cups when they don't have any big tournaments to prepare for, so... Very sad to see, to be honest. But hey, let's not dwell in sadness. We have that Reaper tagging that hatchery. Can he get a cancel? I don't think so. Nobody thinks so. And he doesn't even think so. But he still wants to utilize his double stapler there to make that hatchery a little bit bleed. And then he's gonna go away. Now, triple command center here. Spirit has been one of these people who can just play like 4 command centers or 5 command centers even before a starport. And on 1 barracks and 1 factory, and yeah, he's like one of those guys who had a name actually being the most greedy Terran player of all time, just making command centers. That was one of his strengths, command centers and SCVs. I mean, even if you lose like 30 SCVs, if you have 4 command centers, it doesn't matter. You can still be in the game with your quadruple mule and all those good things, so... Yeah. Not gonna be the case this game. We do see the 1-1-1 setup here. Banshee Hellion. The very safe approach into that stim. And Serral on the other side, just going into his 3-base setup. We still have to wait and see what he wants to utilize as his tech route. He's only using a few queens and links. For now, very defensively here. No aggressive intentions as of yet, just droning up as good as he can. Delaying his tech as much as possible. There we go, Leia is gonna start now. Now 4 Hellions here, grouping up with that Reaper, and we do have 1 Banshee. Cloak is still on the way, 2nd Banshee still on the way, so should probably get those 2 things. And then we'll see what the plans are gonna be here. It's a little bit of a bad rotation there, a bit of bad micro kind of as well there. Fourth base for Serral, being attempted here in the bottom. Kind of far away. Interesting approach there, going in a straight line just to the bottom on this map. Interesting expansion pattern. Did pull out of gas mining here, at least on that natural. Maybe it's not saturated yet. Probably get that starting soon. And going into Baneling Nest now. So I wonder, you set up the Baneling Nest, Serral, but where's your double evolution chamber? You kind of need to get on track here with those upgrades to match your opponent, who is already starting to work on those. Third CC is already operational. I do see the extra barracks number 4 and 5 coming online. And as I know, how I know Spirit, it should be no Adrax, but rather more command centers behind this. But he has been playing Adraxes too recently, so wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. You'll try to find some damage with these Banshees here. By the way, there's only one evolution chamber in this position, but there should be another one just below this. There we go. Double Avu chamber. Binding speed. 1-1. And yeah. It's gonna be fine for Serral. Most likely. Now this is what I like Spirit for. Do you see this? This is a bunker. This is a supply depot. He will leave this spot open. He might place a supply depot here, which does leave a small gap, and he will place a few over here in a perfect wall. And see? I guess he does not do that perfect wall, but what this does, it just reduces the surface area on this bunker. And Lynx will kind of run in with an auto attack move, try to attack the bunker. That will only hit here, here, and here. The bunker damage is going to be reduced to like maybe 5 Lynx at once. Maybe make it 6. Instead of 12 or even more. Armory on the way. Good timing on that one. Gonna be maybe a tiny bit too late there for these upgrades to immediately start. But it will be fine for those Hellions to morph into Hellbats before this push actually hits. Now one siege tank is being dropped, a little bit exposed there, trying to get it forward as much as possible. Needs to focus fire those Banes, gets one shot in there. Hellions, not Hellbats yet. The armory only finishing up now. Attack maybe a tiny bit too early. Serral has no issue just pushing that one back. Macro hatchery, interesting position. Macro hatchery, interesting position. And another base coming up for other player. Growth going unchecked. Playing very greedy, very defensively. Infestation pit here on the way. 1-1 upgrade about to finish up. At least the 2-2 got clicked quite fast there by Spirit, so he just keep a little bit of an edge in that upgrade department. Concussive shells on the way. 4th base about to finish up. Things not looking so rosy here for our Terran player. Trying to get some value out of Widow Mines, but they don't really hit the mark. Tough to make them work against someone like Serral. Double cloaked Banshee is gonna harass these queens. Meanwhile, we do have another push here in the bottom, in the south. Can he bait Serral into a big Widowmine shot? Nice focus firing on that Baneling group. And he does completely delete all of these links from the map. In the meantime, he's trading favorably against some queens here in the north. This is looking really good here for our Terran player. He's not going to get that big connection there. But he did get a good connection here in the north, and he kills a bunch of queens. That's a nice trade for him. Still have that one middle mine here, chilling behind. These Banshees are still alive, by the way, and that's kind of crazy. One queen is not going to be enough here. Second queen joining the fray to assist, but still one queen is going to die. This is just a diversion, though. The real attack is in the south here. Can Serral break this position? Widow mines are... Oh my god, that was so much friendly fire. All of these marines away, one shot from hell. Yeah, Serral can just break this, I guess. It's with links, really. Links and friendly fire widow mines. And he's dropping out these low marines here. 5 HP. Oh, not enough firepower to focus down the Banes. This is what I was saying about this. This is just a cool setup. And he's gonna remake this. There we go. Another internet issue, but all fixed up it seems. We do have the +3 attack coming in here. And 2-2 not done yet for Serral, but should be in a moment. I hear the widow mine. Oh, he's trying to retarget there, and he gets a good connection on that mine, finally. But these guys again are dealing so much friendly fire. I feel like this widow mine style is not working out here for Spirit, as he intends it to do. No, we haven't seen that. We just ignore it. It didn't happen. This bunker has been remade but never refilled. And the smart position it had also did not get remade. So the supply depots are not here. Everything got evacuated from this area, so he can just lift the command center as there is no hydralisk or anything that does shoot up. Needs to drop a few supplies, yeah. And pushing at the same time. Oversteaming quite a bit here on this army. That needs to get healed up before they can fight again. Oh boy. Now these, you know, potentially these two widow mines can just kill everything. And on the other hand, these Ling Bane can also just kill everything. Just save a few SCVs into that floating orbital. Or command center. And Serral just doesn't care, he just kills everything. Just, yeah, okay, he loses a base. He has still... There's one marine here in the top with a medevac. But Spirit is looking to run out of steam here any moment. Serral has just bases for days. I mean, the macro hatchery, that really made the deal. Oh, he needs to drop all of these units. He's gonna lose 4 inside the medevac, a value target there. For Spirit again, another parasitic bomb. Trying to load up as many SCVs as he can, evacuating those. +3 is about to finish here for our Terran players, so this might be a breaking point where you can do something. But, I mean, look at this. He's not mining really at all. This is probably the last army. Now, +3 to finish up. Can he make this attack work? I don't think so. Blinding clouds coming in, friendly fire coming in. Units are depleting, only 2 left over. Even those double marines down there do get ravaged by those lings. And yeah, I guess that's what you bring home, right? And then you have this group of remade marines, which is all changelings. And you're like, wait, those are not mine? I guess I'm further behind than I thought. That's the only mining going on right now, by the way. Except for this one, which is also gonna be not mining, actually. Spirit not looking good here in this first game, to be honest. Everything went completely Serral's way here. Keeps on pooping some more fake marines. And Spirit is gonna GG. Serral takes the first game in this best of 5 series. King of the North. Did it again. In the top left though, this time in the north here we do have Spirit, in the bottom right, south. This time it's Serral, the king in the south maybe. Now, what can Spirit do? He's down 1-0. It's a best of 5. There's still a lot of room to play. A lot of potential to come back. Can he make it happen? Going into that Reaper expand here. Other side, Serral, of course, going to standard opening there. Quick double queen Ling speed. Okay, so 3cc setup here again. Before that, what is it called? The starport, of course, so it's a 3cc opening here, going into that factory, going into those Hellions most likely. Pretty sure we're gonna see the Swapperoo here. Let's go and see that lift. And then going into that starport, the Hellion Banshee opening, most likely it is. Can be something like Liberators or whatever you want, really. You can make out of the starport a Viking, a Medivac even. That doesn't make that much sense, but you can do like a weird drop, for example. You can drop those Hellions in. There are more options than just those Banshees, but it makes it risky because then you are kind of open to those roach attacks. And with those Banshees, you're kind of just fine against those. Now, Serral does spot that. Starborn is like, alright, I know the timing. I've seen this probably 300,000 times in the past month. And I know this opening. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Yeah. That's probably the worst that could have happened. It's a battlecruiser. But he knows. This is gonna be the saddest battlecruiser of all time. Can he still make it work though? Is it still just good enough? It goes into... No. Even 1-star upgrade. He doesn't have the money for it now. So yeah, cool opening 3cc battlecruiser, right? Kind of something that I would like to play. But it is totally seen. Serral has every information that he needs. I'm trying to think of a way how you can utilize this battlecruiser to not be terrible. But, I mean, we're looking at the queen number. It's already up at 8. He's still producing a couple more. He's throwing down spore crawlers now. He's going to be up at 10 queens. He's going to have 3 spores. He's going to have a spire on the way. He has 4 queens in each base currently. I mean, not all of them, but in most bases. And, yeah. The battlecruiser is going to teleport into the back of the base, where it's seen by an overlord as well, so he knows immediately about the position. And this is where he had 4 queens. 5th one did spawn. This is gonna kill an overlord. Congratulations. There's enough for 1 transfuse here. That queen slipped a little bit off creep there. Didn't transfuse that one. So he keeps on making BCs, right? But you've seen this guy, he just walked there and he killed a overlord. The issue is he also ramped up repair builds, and these repair builds are gonna be more expensive than killing that overlord. So efficiently he did not actually make any benefits yet. Did not create anything for spirit, and he has an opening in his wall. He does go mech, by the way, so cool. Cool to see, but Hellion, Cyclone, Battlecruiser mech, I mean, that's something that we did see a lot before the last patch, and then now it can't come back because of the Cyclone revert. The Cyclone being strong enough, it's anti-air here again with those missiles to kind of clear those corruptors out. Ooh, 21 HP. So this one is gonna walk in and jump out. He's still not on that Battlecruiser range, sorry, upgrade on the Yamato. Yamato, tomato. Cyclones are gonna grab that one, that's a nice grab. 4th base on the way. Now King's Cove is a defensible map where you can take a lot of bases, so if you play mech, this would be it, or Neon Violet Square, I guess. These two really are quite powerful for mech as well in their kind of shape and how you get to this base, for example. I mean, please make a deeper here, and then he can just place a tank here and here and like here and here. And he's gonna keep covered this whole area with like 4 tanks. And he's going mech, so he's gonna have tanks and they're gonna have upgrades. They're gonna be very powerful. He's gonna come in with a double battlecruiser this time. Serral is just taking his time. He's just getting everything he wants, literally, because there's no real pressure that Spirit can do to him. And gonna get a good scout here. He's gonna see all the mech facilities there. He'll lose a queen, but that doesn't really matter. He's about to finish up his +1 missile attack. His roaches are here to try and chase these guys out. And he's going Swarmhurst. There we go. Swarmhurst meta. Swarmhurst Nidus. It's going to be a powerful combination, of course, for the Zerg player. And there is, I mean, Hellbats, Hellions are not terrible against those. There's going to be 3 units against money. And that's always when you are a little bit in favor of those 3 units. Oh my god, he even shows up late with the Corruptors. Well, he does not get the kills. Kudos to Spirit kind of making it away there. Let's keep both battlecruisers alive. Needs to get them repaired. Needs to group up with the 3rd one. I think he has 3. And then he can go ahead and like go in and go out with 3. Yeah, he has 3. Maybe poke with that Yamato again. But that's not a big amount of corrupts, but they do have +1. And that's a big deal. Yamato's still not done yet. Some links are getting roasted. And there's the 2nd one. This is the 1st one. Knight is up here. Gonna see the first wave coming in, trying to cancel that CC, getting that turret, and maybe get the orbital. Oh my god, it almost died. Now he needs to get that one repaired. Calling a few SCVs, I hope some of those are on repair duty. Not yet. There we go. Serral is just keep on making these swarm hosts work. He's just playing whack-a-mole. Corruptus is starting to pee on this orbital. Needs to mass repair that one. Maybe dropping some mules to help the repair. And he's gonna keep it alive. Neural on the way, Burrow on the way, +3 attack on missile and on melee on the way, Greater Spy on the way. Serral is loving his game. Loving his life. He's having such a great time. 3 BCs teleporting in here. Not the greatest idea, I guess. Kind of a wasted cooldown there, unfortunately. Another knight is gonna pop here, but Spirit did make it to 5 bases. He does not have any medivacs with this. I think that's a mistake. What you kind of do want to do with those medivacs, you want to drop those hellbats into the ranks. Even though it sounds weird. If you see it, it makes a lot of sense because you can't really chase those roach ravagers. But if you can drop on top of them, you can actually deal a lot of damage. Now, swarm hosts are going to be used to flank these tanks. Oh my god, that was the perfect move here already by Serral. Servo's coming online, that's interesting. It's not going to help many of his units, mostly the... what is it called? The Hellbats. Quickly check. Hellbats, Hellions, Vikings, Liberators and Thors. Gonna lose one of those battling cruisers. And lose another one. Bile and Corruptor combination, just a tiny bit strong. Now this knight is gonna be a bit greedy, but yeah, this is actually... Oh! I thought for a moment they would keep on bugging out. And 2 more tanks get deleted. Just by cooldowns. Now, even though Spirit is not losing the game yet, he's also not winning. Not at all. He has like no real goal that he can achieve currently, and Serral is just trading free things for money. If we look at the efficiency, it's already starting to go in Serral's favor. He's pushing down these battle cruisers. It's the last battle cruiser alive. Goes down now. Tanks are not gonna help you against those corruptors. Tanks are also not gonna be great against those locusts. And we have an engage on the right as well here. I'm trying to go for this kind of forward position, but this is a small base. It doesn't have a full mineral saturation there. I think it misses 2 patches. And of course it's second gas. Corrupt is trying to make something work, yeah. Only forcing a lift. And this time the locust didn't really do anything. Now Link's coming in on this command center. Spirit has enough command centers, seems like he needs more. And he's gonna make a nuke. There we go, that's the one. Cancelling a few drones most likely. Broodlords on the way here. No real anti-air. No Thors. Just Cyclones, but Cyclones are really not good against Broodlords or free units in general, as you can see here. They even do lose against those Swarm Hosts. And finally a battlecruiser has made his way over again. It's gonna start to work on those Swarm Hosts. Gonna try and shoot one of those, but quick evacuation into that Nidus. Serral is gonna push the issue again here. This time it's gonna be Broodlords on the right side. And the Locust, or the Swarmers as well. That's a nice fungo. Getting a lot of those ghosts. Now during this time, this also didn't happen. So the Locust did just destroy a base, but thank God it's Spirit because he has so many backup CCs. That being said though, again, I'm kind of going back 5 minutes ago. There's no real win condition that Spirit has currently, and my God, look at Serral's money. He's looking at 10k, 4k. He's taking more bases. He's already trading almost double the efficiency against mech with 3 units. And 3 units. And cooldowns. It's kinda insane. Now one of these Broodlords gets broken by that Yamato, but now that Battlecruiser gets broken by them. It doesn't yet. Ultralisk Cavern on the way here. Rounding out every tech tree. I wonder why he's making a second Spire. He already is about to finish up his +3 weapons on air. So double upgrades are not gonna be a big thing here for him, just like a tiny overlap. Might be more like a muscle memory. Oh, at this point I can make the second Spire. And that's some good snipes here. That's definitely some way how you can come back into a game like this if you get just maximum value snipes on top of those high money impacting units. But I mean, look at the money that Spirit has and look at the money Serral has. It's not even close. It's almost like in real life. Serral has made over 1 million and Spirit, I think, not. Quite far below that. In fact. It's kind of funny to see still Cyclones in this composition. Now finally we see that Nuke. He really wanted to shoot that one out at least before he surrenders in this game. Oh my God, he loses even the Thor there. Now can he get that nuke landed? Yes, it's gonna kill a bunch of those larvae, making it like 15 or so. That was a lot of lava. Cool. And he still has these bases, so what if he can catch all of these swarmers and catch all of this army for free? Well, then Serral can still produce 3 more armies. And you have to do it 3 times again. That's how far behind he is right now. Ultra speed on the way here. Carapace +2 for those air units from Serral. That's a great fungo. Bunch of Hellions, a few Cyclones. Now good attack into this planetary. He's probably gonna bust that one, maybe even killing the orbital if he throws down a few bites, and exactly doing that. So he's gonna be kept alive here. And the one harassment Broodlord in the north here. Gonna be so annoying. One medevac is gonna drop 1 Thor to kill 1 Broodlord here in the very north of the map. And now there's gotta be a link follow-up. He doesn't even let that one land. Now it walks back. I hope he notices this. And this Thor is not in a good spot because he's not great against links. And there we have those pesky locusts coming in again here, trying to kill those bases. Stalemate between the links and the command center. And we see a group of robots here now. That's a lot of robots. That doesn't mean that he has very immobile supply at this point. He's maxed with Ghost. He's maxed with Ghost, Tank. What is it called? Thor. But oh, he's just missing a few pieces here, and a timing window and a bank of like at least 5k and like 3k or something. The issue is now, Serral is just gonna go very Ling heavy and throw links at him. The ghosts are here. The liberators are here. But it's gonna be such a tough road to climb. And these guys have been, look at this, Ravager. 10 kills, 8 kills, 6 kills, 5, 15 Assassin. Ravager, Slayer, 9, 2, 7. So many kills on those guys. And some of them are very high value targets like this Thor. Now killing more and more structures. He can just eliminate Spirit from this map potentially. He still keep on making. I mean, he's just standing here. He doesn't even see this. He has no vision here. Now he's gonna lose the base in the front again. Even though it did not get blinding clouded. Only do 3 tanks did get blinding clouded. Spirit is trying to push out and trying to keep on expanding and making things happen, but it just won't work. These guys, they just sit here now. They sit and then just go into the production again. He should start and focus killing some add-ons at this time. And add-ons are gonna be some crucial production hindrance here. He's even just gonna take out full production. Does not get that one burning. Sniping another Liberator. They don't have that range, I assume. No. He has that fusion core, but he never got that Liberator range. Now he's finally pushing away this group of Swarmos here from his main base. But he's still not killing that Nidus one. He needs to come back and finish that one off. And this small guy denying so much mining here. And these guys again working on the third base, if you want to call it like that. I mean, at this point Spirit might want to relocate all of his main structures into the right area, so he has actually his reinforcements closer to his actual mining. And there's not much structures there's not many structures which are actually important to him here. Maybe an armory, he can remake one of those. That's not going to be that big of a deal. And that's about it. There's no more supply depots up there. There's nothing really that keeps him there. So he could just actually relocate. He should actually relocate his production. Like, production over here would be nice. Create some choke points. He still has that formidable army. But it's just hard to imagine a world where a Serral with the 20k bank made of gas and minerals can throw a game against Spirit, which he has been already trading 13k resources more efficiently. Still killing SCVs, still killing production facilities. As we can see, the army is starting to fall apart here for Spirit. He's only looking at 3 Thors, he has only a little bit more than a handful of Ghosts. he needs to keep on utilizing those scans to scan these zerglings so he can actually land his production facility. Sorry, his commands. I mean, look at this. Everything's kind of floating, and there is a zergling everywhere. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and this is 3 bases not mining. He never got combat shields, by the way. Really went truly mech. He gets the first one. He's throwing down missile turrets now. It's cheaper than a scan, actually. But it does cost more time. Now, Baneling attack's gonna just blow up the space. He's gonna go in with links again to the production. Production did not relocate yet. And he's going with links on everywhere, man. Every time, everywhere, every dude. Gonna kill everything he can. And I feel like it's been like, I don't know. It feels like 50 minutes since we have been on Serral's side of the map, but maybe it's not that long. Because the game isn't actually that long yet. Serral is just gonna say, alright, since you have such a nice anti-Broodlord army, let me attack you with some Ultralisks, but they're not good against snipes either. Serral just has bases for days. He's working on all of those. He even has like static D set up everywhere. It's kind of crazy. He needs to start to think about taking this base and possibly this base as well. To just keep on mining. Even though he doesn't really need those. He's probably gonna win anyways. But just in case, you know. And just to steal it away from your opponent as well. And another Ling attack here to the north. He's not even morphing these into Morbidals anymore because it doesn't have the money. And he just keeps on evacuating SCVs with those. Kind of funny to see. Sarah's probably like, why are you still here? Get out of my game. Attack coming in here. Killing another PF. Let's check how many planetaries and mining command centers have been killed here. That's a nice pick on those infestors. Can he make a turnaround happen? I don't think so though. Maybe he's gonna lose the full army for that. Being a little bit greedy. If your Link's not gonna find much. 4 tanks in position here. Ooh, there's no space anymore to fit these reactors, which are different from these reactors, and the 3 different tech labs, of course. 3 orbitals, 2 normal commands, 7 planetaries? Have you ever seen a guy make 7 planetaries in a game and lose them and still have more? I mean, I think it was the last planetary, to be honest, but he's making 1 more. Loses again 4 tanks. Kind of for free. Yeah, it's the last. He's about to run out. We're about to run out, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to run out. Serral is about to close the game here. GG. Spirit is gonna GG. Serral taking that second game in this best of 5. Alright, I'm actually gonna grab me a coffee. Because I didn't sleep. Literally. I slept like 3 hours or so this night, so a little bit sleep deprived. But gonna fix that one up. Some energy back into this. For the last map, it's gonna be Neon Violet Square. Oh yes, another turtle map. Another 30-minute game. Coming at you, where Spirit is just keep on losing commands and trying to turtle and turtle and turtle, which is really his preferred style. And there's another good map for mech, the same style he just played. King's Curve, Neon Violet Square, those are maps that are really good at that, or for that style specifically. Let's see though if he does do it again. I'm gonna quickly get that coffee though. Give me a minute. I'm gonna even throw down a commercial so everybody's gonna be happy that we don't have them throughout the game. 1 minute. I'm gonna do a 1 minute commercial. No, I can't. It's gray. Alright. Be right back. UCC black coffee. UCC black. So we got the commercial out as well. Thank you for the sponsorship. Never happened, by the way. I didn't get one. But I'm open to one. If you are from the company UCC, you see me drinking some black coffee and you want to sponsor me, please go ahead. I'll let you know my address. You can just ping me inside the game and everywhere you want, on Twitch or whatever you want on Discord. Please feel free to reach out. Now, jokes aside, let's hop into the third game. With this coffee energy. Okay. I rarely drink coffee, but when I do, it has to have an effect. And this effect is gonna be the power that brings us through this this next map from the series here. Potentially the last map. It's gonna be in the top left, Spirit, and in the bottom right, it's gonna be Serral. Gonna feel the energy probably in like 10 minutes. That should be just after the early game here for these two probably. Considering things on King's Cove. Oh yes, this is the Spirit I know. This is the Spirit I know and love, and honestly, I mean, I don't hate this approach. If you would sometimes do just the normal things as well, you know, and go into those timing attacks, very sharp attack. But he most of the time doesn't. No, he is making this wall on his high ground. He's not utilizing this area to wall, which does expose this Command Center First. But Command Center First is actually not that bad of a build. Even against a early pool, you usually do finish up that Command Center fast enough so the links are not in time to interrupt you, because it just starts early. There we go. Command Center finishing up. Double orbital on the way here before the factory. Gonna be a huge money spike incoming. He can basically, he's mining 600 minerals with that. Double mule, and he can immediately throw down a third base with that. Serral going into the third base is gonna take the one on the outside. He's not gonna utilize that safer space in the back of his base here. And Spirit is probably gonna go ahead and utilize this because he just wants to play full greed. No. He's gonna take the one on the low ground potentially. That's an interesting position for a command center to kind of. No, what is this? This is Chinese? This looks Chinese, like Chinese characters to me. I do not know what this says. I know this is the sign for big. This looks kind of like car to me. This is like yeah, but it can be completely different. And this is like high, but it doesn't make much sense because I'm reading as Chinese. Sorry, as Japanese characters, but it doesn't. It looks a little bit different, and it doesn't make sense. Is what I'm trying to make, trying to say. Yeah. But yeah, the Tauren with that. It might be also. It might be beef. It might be beef. This one. So he might have like beef noodles or something. We'll have to wait for those official translations to come in eventually. Could probably make a screenshot and get that translated later on. There we go. After this match, now double Hellion without Reaper. Starting to look at the creep at least. Like, where's your creep tumor is expanding. I want to hit them now. And Serral is gonna start doing that at this point, but the command center is complete. Its upgrade. I wonder if he goes for the gold base. I don't think he's gonna spread himself super thin if he tries to do that. And he's actually going into a 5 barracks follow-up with this one. So that fast triple command center, like with the command center first, and then into stuff like that. On the other side, Serral is going into Roach Run, a little bit sneaky. He's going into 4th base, he's going into that lair, he's going into double evolution chamber. Okay, that makes me think otherwise. I was kind of thinking maybe he's gonna go into an Overseer and throw down a Nidus and put it over here, and maybe another Nidus and Swarmhost game. But of course, Swarmhost wouldn't be as strong against Bio as it is against Mech, because the Bio constantly gets healed up, and the Marine DPS is quite good against those Locusts before they land. Combat Shield first. Wait, sorry, Stim did finish up. Sorry. I guess the coffee still is not processed. Now that's a nice snipe. He's trying to save the tank. Oh my god, the SCVs were not on repair duty, they were fighting. So in the end, tank dies. Spirit is gonna kick himself already. Serral sniping and jumping on that opportunity, sniping that tank. Like it was intentional. Of course, it's just a lucky break for him there. By the way, I like maps like this where there's commercials everywhere. Call down the hunger, noodles, noob noodles. Starting to get hungry a little bit myself. Hive, insta-hive. He finishes the lair, instantly goes up to hive after he gets that infestation pit. Hydralisk then on the way. Is this gonna be a lurker play? This could be. He's finishing up roach speed, he's going into missile and carapace upgrades. A big stim to clear that Overseer. He does want to keep Serral in the dark about this backdoor base. Now there's one tank, man. Where is he going? Where are the medivacs? There they are. It's gonna heal up the bio a little bit. Armory on the way. Only 4 Hellions though, so Hellbat presence would be limited there. Double medevac drop is gonna start to hit that main base potentially, but hey, Overlord's in the way. We have a Spore, we have a second Spore, we have 4 Queens. Has Serral someone whispering to him what's going on? That looks like an amazing read into this game here. I mean, he saw the amount of Marines and he's probably like, oh, you're gonna go for a drop, right? And the drop did start, but it didn't commit. Now it's gonna gather up with the push. And we will see those halberds. Now this is gonna be... Is this 8 racks? Let's quickly check here the number of barracks. This is a 7 racks, all in. Maybe he's missing in barracks. Not sure. It's too many, too few barracks in my opinion. Oh, this tank might be a little bit exposed. He's gonna get them up though. And he has a bunch of Marines, but he's missing medivacs. He's just rallying down Marine tank. This is a 7 racks commitment. +2 on the way. Liberators now. And he's dropping... What are you doing, Spirit? Honestly, what are you doing? I mean, now he can fight here on the north, but he can't really fight in the south. He's gonna keep the arm in the north safe, kind of-ish. And he's dropping into that main base now, scouting these spores only. And he's gonna be afraid. He's pulling back so afraid here to commit. And only 4 medivacs to try and heal up the whole army. If he ever loses these medivacs, it's gonna be a terrible sight. At least he has 2 more on the way here currently joining the fray, but the rest is gonna be all liberators, it seems. Now, can he get a good position here in this kind of square area to maybe siege this base and get that killed off? There's a huge amount of Marines. We're looking at about 60 Marines here. Oh my god, it's even 80 Marines here. 4 tanks. But he already has 9 lurkers. Does he even care? He's just gonna turtle. I mean, he takes this base, of course. You can't take the back base. That's a nice pick though. Getting that Viper has to be good. But he's sitting on 5 bases. He doesn't care that much. And now coming in with a big medevac drop. That low medevac in the front is gonna lose 1 with units inside. This drop finally is gonna make some sense here. But reinforcements are in time to push back those Marines into a corner. And this is a lurker reinforcement, so also these Marines are gonna have a rough time to get up. What's that misclick? Marines just walking into their death. He's gonna get this base, but he's losing another big chunk of his army. Oh my god, that was a big misclick there by Spirit. Not just walking with like 10 or 15 Marines. If he would have traded with them, they were 1-1 Marines. They're decent in damage. They would have completely changed the math here in that follow-up. And this is probably the furthest he has pushed Serral yet in the series. So maybe he can actually make it happen. But with mistakes like that, which we just saw there, that cannot happen against a player of Serral's caliber. Now, 4th base. He's trying to initiate a transition, but this army, I don't think this anchor point is gonna be strong enough. This army is already looking so flimsy. He needs to drop out the units again. He has no way of going in there. There's so much anti-air. I can keep on denying this base. I think that could be enough. This is the 4th or 5th base location, kind of. This could just be enough, honestly. He gets that Viper with that Liberator. Kind of funny. And Serral is gonna go for a lurker drop. That's to supposedly seal the deal here. This drop is hitting into lurker spines here. Not a good location. Now he is trying to go for that ghost transition, but lurkers are starting to appear in his base. And the F2 is happening. Trying to get those chased out and kill what he can here. He needs another scan. There's lurkers kind of everywhere, man. They're super spread. He needs another scan. They're really spread good. Tanks left behind. That F2. Gonna save 1 at least. Is he though? Oh my god. You're gonna sacrifice a medevac with the tank? Man, Spirit is not playing good. I have to say this, he's just not playing good. This is not the usual Spirit. This is not what he can play at. So yeah, definitely not playing to his peak performance here. Look, Spine's hitting those Marines. Now he's trying to get up this gold base. But Serral is now on the offensive. He has retaken his own base. He pushed back this big ball of bio. And he's establishing a great position for himself. He does completely destroy the mineral line here. And he destroys the marine line here. Against those lurkers. That one marine. Man, lurkers everywhere. Lurkers for days. Now Spirit is saying, alright, screw this. I'm just gonna go all in. Just gonna drop into the main, but there's 4 spores waiting for you, killing another medevac full of units, and those medevacs, they have been... It's not a good day to be a medevac tonight. In Spirit's army, oh my god. I think the writing's on the wall here. This army is too flimsy to do anything. This army is also about to deplete. Serral is gonna take that serious. 3-0.